Okay, YouTube. I was looking through my little bits and pieces of grass, trying to be inspired, and I thought about another YouTuber who has just basically a little wheel for very small taps that he can twist and put it all together. So lots of it's not lots of mistakes probably are to come. I always seem to screw up when it comes to order of operations. I end up trying to finish a piece that's now I need well, it's too late to do that because it's too small. There's no way to hold on to it. So come along and let's see what I end up with. Let me get this. Okay, I'm watching Edge Precision cut a hardy hole into an anvil, top of an anvil, using a tool that looks much like this. So I want to do that too. So I'm thinking that I want to use this as a thumb wheel for tapping, and anything 10-30 seconds and smaller, but I want to put a square hole in this. So this one is obviously way too big, so I'm thinking that I need to change this setting because my screen keeps turning off. But this tap has a nice square end. If I can only hollow ground the tip of that and then sharpen these edges. So I had the 4-jaw on. I got this little 3-inch wheel in an arbor, and I'm going to have to bring you back because this screen keeps continually turning off. I need to go to settings and change this. So we got the 3-inch wheel mounted on the 4-jaw chuck on the mini lathe, and I sharpened the edges of a tap. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so we got that indicated in, got it running true. And do I have ideas for that? So that brought me over here to the drill press, and this situation. Now, the concept is there. But you'll never get that result by cranking this up and down on the drill press. if I have to come clean, I have to say that I did get a couple corners cut with that homemade tool, but the real heroes here was these hands and these files. It turned out a very nice hole. Let's not examine it too closely. So, I do know where I'm going to have to go to get this whole square. So here's my slitting saw situation. It's a keyed saw blade, and I don't have an arbor with a key on it. So I took some emery cloth and put on between the washer or the stop and the blade, and that actually works just fine. I used that to I did not have a 6/32 screw, so I made one out of some brass stock that I had, and I cut a groove on the top for a screwdriver. With the exception of this being dressed up and knurled, it's a done project. It's for hand tapping very small taps. So hopefully I'll bring you back when I have it chucked up and finished up. I'm going to try to chuck it up on this tap and use the tap as an arbor to just clean it up a bit, knock this shoulder off, and get a knurl on there. I got the ugly off of it. I'm sure there was a better way to do that. Nonetheless, I'll have to figure out another way to hold that I may have to hand cut the knurls. One disadvantage is you got to use one of these micro screwdrivers. They don't need to come out nearly that far. But I do need to dress up that screw a little bit. You'll find me a thin enough file. Can open that up a little more. Not too terrible for a seat of the pants kind of build. Never push the screwdriver into your hand. that's got a tight enough grip on that. I can go better than that. There we go. Well, this is what it looks like after it's cleaned up. I will put my flooring back down. Catches a good percentage of the stuff. I'd like to get some solid black vinyl and put on the floor out here to identify chips that might otherwise end up in the house. Okay, I've cleaned up my tap wrench a bit. Not too much, but a bit. And turns out that screw, I did improve on that screw. I had a file I could cut that groove in with. So the back side here had a round hole that was slightly larger than the one in the front. It wasn't so deep. I think you can see the transition from round to square. And for right now, that's a 6/32 or smaller tap wrench. So there's the finished deal. And here's my clean shop. I have as much fun cleaning my shop as I do getting it dirty.